Hello, Stefan.
Hi, Morgan.
How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you.
Thank you very much for being with us. We are here today with Stéphane Siro. He is Vice President of High-Tech Industry at Dassault Systèmes. Stéphane, I have one first question for you. Your industry has been quite challenged lately. There are lots of trends and innovations. Can you tell us more about the key things that we need to know?
Well, Morgan, the key things you need to know about the high-tech industry is that this industry is moving very, very fast. You need to constantly invent and reinvent yourself. Customer needs are changing. Think about how customers want more sustainable products. So that's one. Then it's a fierce competitive environment, Morgan. You are facing constant competition. You need to move very fast. There are supply chain disruptions. There is the context of geopolitical tensions. There is regulation coming. Think about the digital product passport regulation coming. So that's two, Morgan. And the third thing is technological change. Technology is moving so fast. The new chips are approaching 3 nanometers. Think about the evolutions in AI. So, Morgan, you need to follow up with all of this at the same time. And for that, you need to have a broad view, a holistic view of your business.
Thank you. Indeed, the challenges that you are sharing with us are quite profound. Regulation, technology, AI. Can you tell us more how this is affecting your customers? And having this in mind, what do you think 3D Experience Platform can help them for?
Well, that's a great question, Morgan. And when we talk to our customers, they are building hugely complex products. Your high-tech product today is extremely sophisticated, extremely complex. And customers need to be able to build and engineer that product, and they need then to manufacture and to ship it. It is quite an endeavor. And you need a holistic view of your environment to be able to do that. Simply put, you cannot just proceed team by team working in silos. You need that holistic view. You need to be able to bring it together with agility. If there's a change in the market, if there's a change in technology, you need to adapt real fast. And then you need to get everyone working together. So we've said it many times, but I'll say it again. The 3D Experience Platform really makes a difference in bringing that agility, that holistic view, and that team collaboration. So Morgan, you're the CEO of NETVIBES, right?
Yes.
So what makes data science the fundamental pillar of what we just said on the 3D Experience Platform?
Sure. But to answer this question, I will first ask you two questions. Whenever you're planning a trip to go from one place to another, do you use a map or do you use Google Maps?
I have to say I use Google Maps.
And I would guess the reason why you use Google Maps is when you are on Google Maps, you actually have the traffic and you have the locations of the properties and you have the dynamic data and context that helps you go at the fastest pace.
I do. And I have my favorites, also my addresses in there. So.
I can guess so. Second question. When you speak to your doctor, would you trust a doctor that is giving you a prescription without getting data about yourself?
No way.
And I think, behind these two questions are fundamental. There is no way in our current life where we can take effective decision on any single topic without having the right data at the core of the decision.
Right.
And this has become very obvious in our everyday action as human people.
Right.
But this is even more important in the business. And this is why we have made 3D Experience Platform, and this is even why we are being so profoundly invested into virtual twin experience.
Right.
But I need maybe to tell you again what virtual twin experience stands for, and at least for you, and more importantly for our audience. Virtual twin experience is the fact that we put in one place three things. The most advanced representation of the product, the chip, the card, or the factory. It can be 3D, but it can be system model or ontology.
Right.
All of the data that you can capture in the real world, in the factory, through the customers, that you are projecting on such virtual model,
right.
And the people and the process. I can make a very simple analogy again. You mentioned about Google Maps. Model and data, this is Google Maps.
Right.
If I give you an Excel spreadsheet with location of restaurant, and another Excel spreadsheet with location of flower shop, and I ask you find a restaurant nearby a flower shop, you're a geek, you would probably find it. But for any normal people, it's a difficult question.
Right.
But if it's on the map, it is simple.
Yes.
Now think about it. If you're in a factory of chips, you have quality data, zillions of data points through the manufacturing process, requirement data, simulation data. They're not connected, But as soon as they are projected on the virtual twin of the chip or on the virtual twin of the factory, they are contextualized by nature. So you can start leveraging it. And people and the process, you mentioned about the importance of collaboration.
Yes.
People and process, as part of the virtual twin experience, is fundamental. Why? Because what you want is you want to have a direct action from trigger to how you're executing with whom and through what instrumented business method.
Right.
Which is not email. So data, models, science-based, people and process, all working together.
Yes.
That's virtual twin experience, and this is why data is so central to virtual twin experience.
And Morgan, you make a very good point there. In the case of high tech, the amount of data available, you mentioned the semiconductor industry, you mentioned in the zillions. Can we say zillions actually? Is it a term?
I think it's okay. It's 10 plus whatever.
It's very relevant. This is a very, very data hungry industry, and you really need to put that data at the center of the models you're building.
In this spirit, can you share with us, I know virtual twin experience is already a reality within many of your customers. Can you share with us some examples?
So absolutely. We've been working very much to put data at the center of the virtual twin experiences that we've been developing. Think about data centers and how you can model not just the server itself, but also a server room. And model that server room in the context of the new generative AI workloads that you're now seeing in data centers, creating all kinds of new movements and flows of air, which need to be effectively modeled to optimize energy efficiency and drive sustainability. So that would be one example. But across the high-tech industry at Dassault Systems, we're working on so many other products that we use in everyday life. Think about networks, think about 5G networks, designing and modeling those base stations and those 5G antennas. These are the kind of challenges that we're working with customers and the high-tech industry. Think about chips, semiconductors. Semiconductors is the core of high-tech. And thanks to our solutions, we are able to build and model semiconductors, starting with the IP management of the various IP blocks that constitute a semiconductor. So truly, data and managing data is at the core of what we do in the high-tech industry through virtual twin experiences, Morgan.
So my takeaway from what you said is high-tech is somehow the core of our everyday life. We are full of high-tech on ourselves as we speak.
That's right.
That industry is currently massively challenged by new trends and regulations and technology changes.
Yes.
Virtual twin experience is one of the core engines that is facilitating that transformation for the top leaders.
Yes.
Or the ones that are going to become leaders. And you are already equipping these companies with virtual twin experience. Thank you very much for sharing all of that insight with us today, Stéphane. And I look forward to seeing the impact that virtual twin experience and 3D experience platform is having into the high-tech industry.
Thank you, Morgan.